Okay, yeah. Model's working. Gonna just start up the game. I am incredibly out of it at the moment. There we go. For those who are aware, we are at 100 followers. I will eventually be reading the My Little Pony fanfiction I wrote nearly a decade ago, or over a decade ago. Can't remember exactly. Coming up in a few weeks, I have a work vacation, so I'll do it as a part of that. I don't have the desire to do it right now, and I'm kind of just in the mood to vibe. Eleutheras. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, I know I need to... Because we need to do some things here in... Hi, Jess. We need to do some things still in the Reach. My hope is that we're almost, if not fully, ready to move to the next area by the end of tomorrow's stream. That's not helpful. That's not useful for us yet. We still need to get trophies for this. See, we're trying to go here. That's right. The well lies to the west, southwest of New Winchester. So we need to go to the bottom left for that. That one we kind of need to do still. Okay, let's look at our, because for you, we need honey and tea. We need to go to Port Avon. And we need tea for you as well. What did I need for you? Savage Secrets, I think? Yeah, we need a Savage Secret. Second one wants to visit an old friend at... So that's not until London. Port Avon. We should be able to do that soonish. We need to go Hybris as well. Okay. I don't think there was anything else to explore here. I think I already did that. It has been a week, so I am trying to remember what we are doing. So we need to get down this way. So maybe what we do is head southward to Lustrum as our first, like, stopping point. And then we head westward like this. Now, can I remember how this game plays? That's turn lights off. That's horn. And we just recently leveled up. Okay. I've also only been awake for about an hour because I took a nap after work. So it's taking my brain a little bit to get functioning again. And we still want to get a better ship, but I think we're a ways off of doing that. Well... Oh. Oh, that was a great shot. Let's go. And we got ourselves... Gossip. Cool. Cool. Totally what I was hoping for. Yep. Because I think there are 3 major locations left in the Reach that we have not discovered. I don't have mining, so that's not going to matter. I could just, you know... Lustrum is a stop we could make, but I don't think we need to do anything there. Other than, like, check the port. I would rather see what's in these blank spaces we haven't filled out yet. Carillion. Oh, hey. I think we just found a new port. Garden of Insatiable Roses. Well, clearly I made the right choice, actually, because we found Carillion, which is a port. I think this is where devils are? Okay, so you can get the honey here if you want it. Their bazaar has hours. Or did we need to take these again? Is it Avon? Avon. Okay. I mean, we have the inventory space, and they do sell pretty decently, so we're going to grab them. The Peaceful Carmen Institution was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Bothridge's A Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She commends its bracing airs. Okay. Gray stone, the color of a monastery, attending devils and devilesses, dressed in uniform, and in an incoming parade of the sick, the friendless, the dying, and those who think their lives would be better if only they were something else. This is Carillion, where souls are refined into something more impressive. Okay, so port report first. You take some notes on a pilgrim's journey through Carillion. Oh man, I just lost my ability to speak for apparently. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or, more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Carillion's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably their souls are much improved. Not that you can tell. Okay. The presiding Deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wicker work building that stands all alone in the middle of Carillion's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients, one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, madam. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you, now you've come to Carillion? Her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There's a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something to your disadvantage. Okay, so we can't do... Whoa! Whoa! What have we here? Holy shit. Ordeal, inescapable truth, indulgence, excess, enlightenment, endurance, deprivation, and shift of perspective. Jeez, that's a lot. We're going to ask her about Carillion. She must be used to explaining to newcomers and to those whose memories are attenuated? I don't know. By pain. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch to the princes of hell. For humans, primarily, though we do attend a few other creatures, elsewhere on the great chain. They come to us with souls that are stained, disused, in every kind of sordid condition, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Carillion by their families or employers. And after a stay at Carillion, what then? One should not enter if one does not know how to leave. Most people go home again, she says. Some find that they are wary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on that slender profit and on what we can get from donations, or from sales of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the blank page before her. Well, what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view on worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? She takes down a page or two on all your least favorite things. Listen to a proposal and gain access to the terraces of Carillion. Listen, she says. You are free to make use of Carillion. Take a penance or two. After your soul. Alter your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There is another matter I hope you will look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the Gaslight Terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may still not be entirely aligned with the objectives of Carillion. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage... She looks grim. Bring me the evidence, and I will reward you. Okay. Oh, you need to have affiliations 5 of academics? That's a lot. Travel around Carillion. Carillion is broken into terraces where most of the soul treatments take place. Some are easier to access than others. I can speak. Okay. Flickering. Okay, how do you... Stained. I mean... They said the Gaslight Terrace specifically. So... Dozens of newcomers walk in that direction. It must be a safe choice. Your companions are a lady in a buttoned cloak and a young male student. They talk among themselves about the seasonable warmth and how the yellowish glow of the lamps does not show blue silk to best effect. Their words are commonplace, their hands folded and gloved, their opinions supplied by a respectable gazette. Gazette? It's not as gazebo, which is what my brain wanted to read. You have almost forgotten them even while you are still walking together. The path descends by shadow steps to a broad terrace, as crowded as an imperial exhibition. Gaslight lampposts are scattered irregularly. Irregularly across a flagstone terrace. Between them are stations, each containing a patient receiving a treatment. The supervising devils tend these stations, stopping first here and then there, like bees at flowers. Approach the spineless curate. He sits in stocks, attended on by a devilish orderly. At the nearest station, a curate has been shackled to an ordinary pillory. His eyes beseech you to visit him. I've seen something. In this light, it's hard not to see things. A devilish orderly jabs the curate with a needle. At the sight of the jab, the curate's skin goes lavender. I've been treated for not believing in God. I've tried everything. Prayer, fasting, long weekends with a professional saint. None of it worked. My sermons were suffering. My bishop complained. And has it helped? I have dreams of snakes and angels, he says. It hasn't made me a mystic. I don't think the devils are real either. Just men with funny eyes, aren't they? The devilish orderly smiles with extra teeth. So... you need 5 enlightenment or shift in perspective and enlightenment. Okay, we have a 20% chance of success. 29. I have dyslexia, so that not... again, I complain about this pretty frequently with games that have fonts. Please, game devs out there, use dyslexia-friendly fonts, or at least put an option where the font can be changed to be dyslexia-friendly. Sincerely me, someone who wants to be able to play your games. I'm not gonna risk it. That's too low of a chance. Okay. But we didn't find the guy we are looking for, so maybe we're supposed to go to the Bell Garden? The scent is rocky. The sound of chimes is audible all the way down here. You put your foot on the first step and a devil blocks you. Those who enter the Bell Garden must be in a proper state of hygiene, madam, he says. Wouldn't want to make things worse for the poor sufferers. He washes his hand in the fountain. Stopping, you must have been grubby work. Um, okay, but that's not what I want to do, so... Oh, you need to have a mirrors to get in. It is reached by a flight of wrong-sized steps. The rise is too steep and the flats too narrow. By the time you come onto one of the plane of the checkerboard, your calves are hurting. The devils are playing tricolored chess with some of the penitents. White pieces, red pieces, pieces the color of a flourishing wind. Around the edges of the board sit the patients who have already been captured, or who were never part of the game to begin with. Consider the rubbery man. I mean, we have a 72 perchance. Those who name drop, who aim too high, who spend too much time in low company, who do not know their place, they wind up here. A woman who just left the game pried into biological questions that aren't meant for people to know. In order to correct their flaws, she has been stripped of garments and possessions and given an entirely new name. The supervising devil is distracted by the play on the chessboard. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterwards, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. Okay. What? When did I have curdled? What does that mean? Okay. Let's consider the rubbery man first. He stands at the edge of the board, ignored by the players. No one has dressed him for the chess game, or let him enter the board. He stands off to one side, tentacles squirming. He is surprised that you approach him. He moves to make room for you, in case you are merely trying to occupy his space. When you speak to him, he offers you a squishy handshake. By various signals, gestures, and directions of his eyes, he indicates that he has come here looking for his place in the world. Ask the rubbery man about the devil with the rose-colored gloves. You need 5 shifts of perspective for this guy. Or just get the penance of enlightenment. The rubbery man holds up one tentacle, representing the devil with the rose-colored gloves. Then he holds up another tentacle. After a moment, he twists the two together. Are the tentacles meant to be kissing? Is that what that is? When you look blank, the rubbery man repeats the pantomime several times. Perhaps the devil has a lover. Perhaps the devil loves the rubbery man. Perhaps the devil enjoys exotic forms of dance. Okay. That... I guess we'll cure our cured old soul, because I didn't even know I had that. Hey, I got Savage Secrets. We needed those. Let's go. Your soul is nearly in good condition now. The devils of Carillion claim to be experts in the assessment and improvement of the soul. They would describe yours as tantalizingly opaque and rich with personality. I don't know what that means. Visit the stunted grove. At the center of Carillion, a half-height grove of blackthorn bushes. But not much of a wall either. There's only a low stone barrier, perhaps a foot tall. Easy to step away. To step over. approach the professional penitent. Oh, I didn't even read all of that. The thorn bushes grow thorns an inch or more long. There are paths between them, but it is hard to pass by without tearing one's clothes. The devils who work here have scratches on their forearms, though they do not seem to mind. There's not a single comfortable place to sit. Speak with the penitent. The penitent is seated on a stool, eating from an enormous barrel of violet sorbet. There is enough to supply a carnival. The penitent's lips are blue. Her fingers are sticky. Ew, she's eating without a spoon? There are purple smears on her frock. Wasps are taking an interest in the side of her face. When you come over, she puts down her spoon. Oh, how are your feet? Oh, no, that's even worse. When you come over, she puts down her spoon long enough to greet you. I'm here on behalf of the Viscountess, who doesn't love her children. She's waiting back in London for me to deliver her penance. Pointedly, the supervising devil sets another long-handled spoon at her elbow. Ask the penitent about the devil with rose-colored gloves. Perhaps she knows something. She seems well acquainted with the place. She smiles reminiscently with you when you describe the devil in question. I know him, she says. I've been coming here a long time. In my line of work, he used to be very highly placed, you know. And then the presiding devil has caught him pinching supplies from the storehouse and gave him a demotion. Now he performs a few of the lesser punishments, some lightweight pitchforking, a little work with a hot poker, but his heart isn't in it. Devils don't stick long at anything. Okay. I don't understand this. So if you have souls, you can get things. Okay. Well, we found nothing about the guy. We probably have to make our way into the this one. But we gain terror. Let's try again. There we go. I didn't read any of that. I should have. First, remove your shoes. Wash your face from the fountain of fresh water and your feet in the basin of salt water. Walk across a patch of white sand, throwing a pebble over your left shoulder to baffle any ill-omened thing that might be following you. Then sleep in a hammock on a private balcony where only other patients may enter. When you wake up, eat a plain white bread with a salt crust. After all this, you will be ready. Okay. The stairs lead up to the highest and coldest point in Carillion. The bells ring louder as you climb. The music is mathematical and exact. Each note sounds for exactly the same length of time, the same duration that is required to ascend one step. No one passes anyone else on these stairs. In the tower over the bell garden, 12 devils ring a change of 12 bells. The full peal will take 11,000 days to complete, without intermission. From time to time, one devil relieves another, stepping in during the half-minute when the particular bell is at rest. There are no errors. The mathematical music can be heard everywhere in Carillion, but it is loudest here. Impurity and imprecision are not welcome. Approach the penitent nurse. I don't know why my brain's struggling with words, apparently. I'm just gonna read this. She huddles in the corner, her face trapped in a grimace. She is huddled in a corner with cotton stuffed into her ears. Attempt to communicate with her. It's too loud to speak, certainly. She has been within the sound of the bells for 40 days. The clangor is starting to disrupt her mind. She begs you will help her, and out of your kindness, pay part of her penance for her. She would do the same for you. She is a very kind and forgiving soul. To convince you of this point, she scribbles down assurances, compliments, and a sketch of herself ministrating to a leprous child. Ask the nurse about the devil with the rose-colored gloves. Has he passed this way? Does he like bell music? She shakes her head in distress. The words she scribbles for you are, if you can read her writing, seen the kind before, had them in hospital sometimes. You can't get anything clearer out of her. Do I risk it? Failure. Okay. Friendly priest swears frequently and in multiple languages, regardless of present company. For the penitent's own good, he breathes only through a fine mesh that keeps out both scent and smoke. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. You cannot laugh afterwards. We're gonna go. 12 changes of 12 bells before you reach the bottom again. No one else is on the staircase. The penitents look up curiously when you arrive back at the center of Carillion. Okay. So we did not find much out about... We're gonna see if this will let me do the thing. Nope. So we just don't know anything about this devil. He must not even be here, would be my guess. Not you. How well do you know the place of Pin? No. Okay. We're gonna be going southward by the looks of it. Maybe. It might be a dead end. Yeah, it's a dead end. We'll go around the top half, because there's probably things we can discover that would count as discovery, which is, you know, experience, which we do want. Okay, it looks like we can actually go up this way, though, so... We're gonna do that so our map's a little more discovered. It might take us really close to New Winchester. Maybe we do a New Winchester thing. Because after New Winchester, we could go to the Victory Hall. Go through to Magdalene. Go down here, because this is somewhere where we need to be. The Engine's Head. Lights glow like a ghost upon the icy mists. Huh. I do wish that music played more consistently in this game, because the music in this game is really good. Oh, well, we might as well go directly up to Port Avon. Hopefully it lets us in now so we can complete the Vagabond's next step on his quest line. Yeah. Oh wow, that just one-shots them. Gain experience, a sky story, and here tells. Chance to get sovereigns. We're just gonna take the surefire experience. 50 XP is not a whole lot, but sky stories, well, also we have 7, so they're clearly not something we need a lot of. A new smell behind the coil and the oil. Coal and the oil. Because we did need to sell things at the bazaar. They gave us 2 supplies. And we now have welcome 3 in Port Avon. Which is good. Port Avon. Write the port report. A village green. Is this where we need to go? It is. The camp has moved since the vagabond was here last. He stoops to examine a wooden post etched with dozens of signs. We call these the Skylark signals, says the vagabond. The post has been carved with dozens of crude hieroglyphs. Top secret. We carve them in to tell each other the character of a port. He jabs at a row of zigzags. This means unfriendly. He points at a triangle. But this means that there's a Skylark camp nearby. You follow him past the village's fringe. You hear voices raised in drunken song when you see a crumbling bridge beneath which are campfires and tents. My loyal subjects, roars the vagabond, plunging down the slope. Stamping around the fires, singing of old adventures, howling and dancing and laughing. The Skylark's coats are ragged, their hygiene is questionable, and many of them bear unsightly scars. But they seem to have found something to celebrate. Perhaps just that they've made it through the month. They raise their flasks and bottles in a toast, and roar together, "My life is a lark, my king is the sky." Vagabond is in the element, raising his voice above all others. So, stories or trade rumors? Let's trade rumors. A group of flint-eyed skylarks are blowing smoke rings and sharing what they've learned while they roam the high wilderness. They discuss where to find work in New Winchester, the price of beer in Lustrum, the balance of the Winchester War, and wilder rumors too, of course. A wild-eyed Skylark claims that the devils at Carillion are replacing people with doppelgangers. One woman, shivering, insists that she saw a 100-eyed monster the size of a continent swimming through the dark. Lastly, a solemn young woman announces that a Skylark named Quivers has gone missing. It's been months since he was last seen at camp, or at any station. Probably dead, There are 1,000 ways for a skylark to die before their time. Okay. The vagabond... Oh, we already read that. A skylark hunches forward, his face skull-like in the firelight. He launches into a fanciful tale of somewhere, hidden in the furthest corner of the reach, called the Sugar-Spun Garden. The Sugar-Spun Garden is a mythical place where wary skylarks can settle down. He describes whiskey rivers and marzipan mountains in a land without laws. The skylark, lucky enough to find his way here, can sleep contentedly in a grove where even the trees are smiling. When he is finished, half the skylarks are weaking. The vagabond raises a flask solemnly. Cinders swirl into the night sky. The party is dying down. Many of the skylarks are asleep in their tents or drifting back to the station to search for a ride. You search among the tents for the amenable vagabond and find him fast asleep beside a dwindling fire. A flea-bitten dog is gnawing at one of his boots. The skylarks are quite happy to let their so-called king sleep it off in the dirt. You shake him, and he wakes with a noise like a bear being stabbed. "Another fine meeting with my loyal subjects," declares the vagabond, lurching to his feet and swaying only slightly. "Come, let us return to the engine. Adventure awaits." He sets off confidently in the wrong direction. That tracks. Nowhere in, because we do have a trophy we can turn in. Oh, we have two, so we just need the Chorister bees at this point. The stout veteran pokes it. What a horrible creature. He twiddles his bushy mustache. A perfect centerpiece. Jenkins, fetch the hoist. And, you know, it's more for the sovereigns than it is for helping these assholes. The stout veteran refuses to touch it. "In my day, we never had nonsense like this, you know? It was all marsh wolves and ambulatory fungus. Good, sensible hunting. I mean, what even is this? I feel like it's watching me and doesn't even have any eyes. Jenkins, put it somewhere I won't see it." And let's read a work of speculative fiction. Let's go with The Eyes of Heaven. Being a thrilling tale of discovery and danger in a sky heretofore unknown. Heretofore unknown. They burned the charts. For what use were they now? The incorrigible thundered through an empty, unnamed heaven, blown with a frost wind. Ahead, a new sun blazed, the size of a penny through the forward windows. There was a long way to go. Oh, oops. Wrong button. Nope, wrong button again. Not one of the looming stones is quite scared. Yet they also... I've already read that before, but... Enjoy the picturesque so we can gain a vision of heaven. I mean, let's get a vision of heaven instead of risk bad things. How vast were the beings that resided here? Were they kings? Was this their palace? You sent in the monumental shadow of a stone and watched the stars wheel above. What must they think, those stars, to see such grand ruins become the abode of such tiny, brief things? And we are no longer welcome here. Which is fine. We're going to be going to New Winchester so we can offload those pretty quickly. So we want to go this way. Let's go on an adventure. They really knocked it out of the park with the sound design on the horns. Okay, we're gonna have to go a little bit northward before we can get where we're going. We'll probably want to get extra fuel and supplies for the trek. I mean, we could end up buying them just at the Magdalene. That's where we're heading to afterwards. Because Magdalene will give us a I don't remember what I was trying to say. Well, that one's on me. My brain just kind of gave up on me there. Let's go. Okay, docking in. New Winchester is in an uproar. Crowds of boisterous tackities stamp through the streets in their hobnailed boots. The Kissinger Gardens, they are burning piles of top hats. The Windward Company, whose fortunes have suffered recently, has abandoned the post. Ah, fuck. Piece together reports from several excited citizens. They must have been preparing the evacuation for some time. Company House was empty almost overnight. The Tackities have the upper hand in the Reach now, and the company has withdrawn much of its strength to fortifying its holdings in Port Prosper. If you want to deal with the stovepipes, you'll need to seek them out. And I fucking needed things that they had. Fuck. We need to go to Port Prosper now. Fuck. Okay, well, our locomotive doesn't need to be repaired at all. So, good on us. Attend the grand premiere. Lumiere has wasted no time in organizing her premiere. To express her gratitude, she has given you tickets. I don't know how to spell. Lumiere has reopened the theater branch to the arches of the Bishop Bridge. Prominent Tackities sit with London sympathizers. They have formed a brief truce, united in their loathing of the cramped velvet seats. Oh god, my eyes just lost focus for a second there. That's not good. They have formed a brief... I've read that. The film is titled The Concubines of the Verdants. Flickering images of painted lenses jerk across the wall. The camera luxuriates in the collapsing brown flesh of a fruiting fungus. The flight of a strong body. The sudden bursting of a violent fungal sac. The prolonged death spasms of a cameraman. They are gasps from the audience. Taking the detail. Admire the wider picture. If you avoid looking at the foreground, there is much to appreciate. The film strips have been painted to reveal the lush colors of the landscapes, the violet purple of the fungus. There is an awful beauty to the whole thing. It is difficult to entirely ignore the energetic and occasionally traumatic activities occurring in the foreground of every shot. But you preserve, Lumiere catches up with you as you are leaving. I don't know why everyone hurried away. Anyway, I'm venturing into new territories. Meet me later if you like. Okay, let's meet her again. She rings for 2 cups of nectar-infused tea. I crave the stuff, she says, a smile creasing her face like a well-used cushion. I'm too old to be lugging cameras about anymore, waiting for the perfect shot. My own fault. I could have stayed in London, but I wanted to see the stars. Thanks for helping me home. This is where I'll stay now, I think. She coughs into a yellow-stained handkerchief. Time to fund films rather than make them, I think. The coughing worsens. Please excuse me. She leaves you with a hurried goodbye and the bill. Okay. So now, bizarre, what's this? An opportunity for fearless captains. Sweet Jane Counting House on Lustrum requires crates of munitions. Okay. Let's go to Victoria's Market and get ourselves a good chunk of money by selling these. Then let's give ourselves a total of 5 fuel and 1 extra supply. And not you. How are we doing on cost? We could get a new ship actually now. Let's see. This one has more auxiliary abilities. This one has better armor capabilities. This one has a little bit less health, but would have more storage. The crew goes down, but that's fine. The only downside is like our fuel efficiency, because we are nowhere near buying this behemoth of a thing. Holy shit. 20,000 sovereigns. Yeah, we're gonna go with the whatever. Random name. Beatrice, Undine. Yeah, Undine. So now we need to go to the bank because I have things stored there. So now we have a lot of inventory space and a drill. Let's go to engineering because we could get a shielding because it's a shield, so it would be it would give us more armor, or we could push the steering wheel. That's just more quarters, which I don't really care for. So these are just better for speed. I don't think we really need to worry about those yet. So let's get the bronzewood shielding. Just to help us out a little bit. And now we do actually need to repair our ship a little bit, which we will do. We are down to 113 sovereigns. Okay. Oh, I need to talk to the vagabond. The vagabond has seemed uncharacteristically morose of late. Perhaps you can cheer him up. Since you left Port Avon, the vagabond has limited his fiddle playing to the most melancholy refrains. Every time, it leaves the boiler man in such a tearful mess that he has to abandon his duties. You share a drink and a few stories with the vagabond, hoping to get to the root of the matters. Even among skylarks. I don't feel quite at home, he says. Can't stop thinking about my old homestead in Lustrum. Perhaps we could visit this someday. Ah, Captain? Take the flask away from me. Whiskey and nostalgia is a dangerous combination. Okay, so we need to go to Lustrum. We have this necessary stuff. Cinders lights a cigar. Asajj kicked the bucket in the blockade, but the night before, he told each of us he'd left us something in a vault. Old Sod must have been loaded. Thing is, we need his account number to get it. He gave part of it to each of us, so there's been no thieving. Hence our predicament. That last mission, our lieutenant sold us out. Half the squad died, the rest scattered. We took the numbers of the dead, but we need to find the survivors of the company. Between us, we have the numbers. We still have to find the vault. Cinder grinds her yellow teeth in frustration. Sarge kept some stuff in Carillion. Well, we know where Carillion is, so that's good. Doubt it's the vault, but might be a clue. She cocks her head. 50 sovereigns for a trip to Carillion, then. Ask about Sarge. Alberact is polishing his claws. Sarge casts a long shadow. He assembled us as the start of the Vinkester Var. The best fighting rats who came through an avid horizon. He made us a unit. I'm sorry, but he has to have that, like, accent with the way they're using Z and Vin instead of Win. Which is I'm pretty sure, a very German pronunciation thing. I know the Z is very specifically a German thing. I'm not so sure about everything, though. He adjusts his whiskers. But we've had no respect. We were expendable. To get better contracts, we had to be respectable. So we found a rodent officer class to lead us. Pot Hamstead, I think, he sighs. And that's where we all went wrong. It lapses into silence, and we'll say no more. Okay. Okay, well now I want to go to Port Prosper. Because I want to... Because the things that the stovepipes give you for turning in port reports is more useful. Oh, ads are going. Everybody, go ahead. We got 3 minutes. Use the bathroom, get water, whatever it is you need to do. I'm going to refill my water during this time. Oh, come on, it's don't do that to me now. Have to shake my drink because I have bad hydration, so I have to use a supplement thing. Because it's summer and my body needs extra hydration, because during the summer I run the risk of overheating because of my poorly developed sweat glands. Oh, come on, chair, don't fight me. There we go. But yeah, we now have a better ship. We've put better armor on it. Like, we're doing great. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, dun, dun. It is quite the adventure we are on. Okay, we're going to take a slightly sharper turn to reveal more of the map. Hopefully. Our terror is not in the best of spots, but we are going to be able to stop by Magdalene's on the way to our... Well, no, we won't. We're not going to be going to Magdalene's because Magdalene's is down there. We're going to Port Prosper. We need to go into, like, this area. Well, we could... No, we can still hit Magdalene afterwards. Hit Port Prosper. Well, we'll explore this path. It might take us away from Magdalene's, but we don't know what's that path. We still need to find the beehives? The well, which is where we're going for the navigator. Not the navigator, he's the pilot. Incautious pilot, I think is what it is. We'll take that. Well, wait, no. Stopping by the Memorial of the Rat, if I remember right, it reduces our terror. Or maybe I'm getting mechanics mixed up with Sunless Seas. Because, again, I have played... Okay, yeah, I was right. It does lower it a little bit. Memorial of the Unknown Rat. And we know the stars are dying from the letter that is kind of like pushing our quest line along. Again, I'm hoping that by next week's streams that we are actually in Albion? Is that where we want to go? Yeah, Albion. But if we're not, then unfortunate, but we do need to kind of find what we are looking for. Dun, dun, dun. I do not have a saying, so... Enduring Dreadlord, HML Evergreen. Bum, 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 dum. Because we'll be going directly backwards after. We're going to just go in this... Well, I clipped it. Deliver port reports. Oh wow, they gave us fuel and supplies. Let's go. So I guess we're not going to be worried about that. Trade favor for gossip. I don't think we will do those. So let's go here, because we have some nameplates. Sovereigns. 3 for a secret. 3 for a ministry stamped permit. Unlicensed chart. Well, I think we want one of those before we go back up to Hybris. Hybris? But we do want this permit. He signs your account with a distant smile, like an elderly nod aunt introduced to her newest relative. Producing a heavy stamp in a sheaf of documents, he angles the stamp just so that on every crisp page is an identical mark. And yeah, that's fine. You need to deliver more nameplates. Okay. Explore the port. Join the Lammas Fair. At the sights and sounds of a day at the fair in London's a genuine rubbery lumps sold by the cartful. Icons of mares past their Dick Whittington to sinning Jenny line the street. A Ferris wheel offers paying customers the chance to survey the heights of Port Prosper. Side stalls speckle the side streets, manned by gamblers and mountebanks. Mountebanks? Oh, my toes. Mountebanks? We're just gonna say Mountebanks. The main streets offer popular games and diversions, watched over by a number of burly guards from the factories. Beware the inadversary. Something large and it's a dog. Something large and immodestly fluffy this way comes. People hasten to get out of the way. Perhaps you should stop it. Plus, we have a 92% chance, so. A dog of colossal proportions, golden as a lick of pale nectar, comes stampeding through the stalls, crashing into displays, tripping bystanders, menace in the body of a long-tailed, velvet-nosed stuffed toy. You move into the canine's trajectory, arms spread wide. The dog takes an invitation to pounce, bowling you over, and, subsequently, half drowning you in slobber. The locals are only too happy for you to lead the animal away, especially after they discover that no one knows who he belongs to, where he came from, and why they've tolerated him for so long. So, yeah, now we got it. I mean, 100% chance to do this one, might as well. Carnival barkers accost you with promises of wonderful kaleidoscopes that'll show you visions of life on the frontier. Old sky captains have been wheeled out to tell tall tales of life out in the reach. Daring escapes predominate. Daring escapes predominate. I can speak. The reasons for retiring to Port Prosper are left undisclosed. Several acquaintances catch up with you by the bridge, and your promenade together. Promenade? Taking in the sights and sounds of the main stalls, while avoiding the smells from the side streets. The narrow streets. Banners. Okay, so that was the end of that for now. Offer transport to settlers. I mean, yeah, let's do that. A crowd gathers to listen to your tales. Your stories of daring escapes and fingernail victories go down almost as well as the whiskey. Ambition dawns in several bloodshot eyes. Some might even follow you through with it when they are sober. So we are transport. I'd appreciate if... Ah, Trader's Woods. Okay. I know what they are. Inquire about passage to Albion. Okay, yeah, that isn't any new things. Join the Celebres. You are encouraged to watch a kintoscope about its planned expansion in the Reach. Oh, I definitely already read this. Let's go to the bazaar. Do we need we don't need these for anything. We don't have a lot of money, so that's why I'm less likely to buy them. And honestly, I don't think we need to buy anything. Okay, so we're going to be going southward. I have a feeling that hammer sound is going to become part of the music in Albion. Because if Albion's supposed to be London, and London is kind of a nightmare hellscape, it would only bear to reason I don't think that's the right use of that word. Brain. Okay, we do not have butchery. Mad Mercy's claim. Okay, we don't have a saying. So let's see what this thing right here is. Is it just more cannery option? It does appear to be so. Well, regardless, we are making our way southward. We do not wish to run into that is for sure. Okay, we're in a kind of new territory that could, in theory, be pretty dangerous. In fact, I think we've been down this path before, but I died, so I took a different path when I didn't die. Or when I reloaded. What? My brain just kind of went really stupid there, it feels like. I do have to be careful. There are skives here. I remember that. Oh, hey, we have mining. There's a thing we can mine. Souls are... No, those are hours. Unseasoned hours. Which... I don't know what we could do. Well, we can go to Carillion. That's a place where those are needed. Let's do a little bit of reconnaissance. There is something down this way. It has found something. Oh, it's one of these guys. Which can get us, Sky Stories? Visions of Heavens or Sky Stories. Okay. Yeah, that's one that we've definitely seen before. But hey, that gets us some experience also because of, well, oh. Oh no. That night, your sleep is peppered with... I think we've done this before, but I'm going to still read it. Oh, headset, why are you doing this now? That night, your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. The sky of your dreams is blazing gold. It is peppered, no, crowded, with suns. Suns piled on suns like the grouts in a miser's hoard. Their light floods you. It shines through skin and blood and meat, picking out your branching veins in the slender pillars of your bone. Is there no more to you than this? You wake. So, I mean, it's 69%. We gotta try it. Conversation, tea, perhaps a biscuit. Those fundamental human things that help us forget numerous moments like this. Partial success, oof. On your way to the gallery, you round up as many crew and officers as you can and lead them on a midnight raid of the pantry. Oh, great. Brandy is drunk. Murgatroyd's fungal crackers are devoured in bulk. Well, that's unfortunate, actually. Your navigator sidles up to you. Oh yeah, this is the... We have a criminal. We can take them back to Port Prosper. Which maybe we will, maybe we won't. It kind of just depends on where our travels take us. I'm not too particular on that matter. Yeah. So we're not quite at the place where we can try and find new things. Because if we look at our... How do I zoom out? X. There's an entire section up here we need to explore. And this entire section down here we need to explore. Because there's at least two... There has to be two ports, right? No, because the well isn't a port, technically, if I remember right. There's the wildlife preserve, or whatever it is, that we need to find. I don't think there's any more ports after that. I'm not... Wait. I see what we're looking for. Oh. Below, beneath the scuddling clouds, a spectacle of structures cling to a shelf of ice. The well winds drag at your engine like the frantic clutch of a drowning man. The well gapes. The winds howl. You'll need a steady hand at the helm. Well, we damaged our hull, but we need to land for questline reasons. A fallacious descent down through the tearing mist, through the whipped particles, particulate particulates that thunder on your hull through the shrieking winds, which fall abruptly still. A ledge of black ice has extended over centuries at the well's edge, with only a raised lip affording a sliver. I mean, that's what dyslexia is. Because silver and sliver are literally just switching two letters that from profile look the same, so that makes sense I did that. The landing is more abrupt than you intended. As you regain your feet, you hope that sickening crunch was the ice, not your hull. A handful of beehive huts huddle around the crude church, built from roughly cropped blocks of the same black ice that forms the shelf around the well. Old Tom was a prospector during the promised days that followed London's arrival to the heavens. For years he combed the reach, looking for the strike that would make him rich. He didn't find it. Luckless and impoverished, he made a wish here, at the well. The next month, he discovered the mother of mountains and the rich hour veins that riddled her flanks. For a year before his disappearance, he was staggeringly wealthy. Others come here now, the desperate and the broken, with their final, futile wishes. The incautious driver strides to the very lip of the well and leans precariously out to stare into the depths. The well winds pluck at them. You grab a hand of their coat, just in case. Can you see them, madam? Gleaming in the dark, the bones of the sun! The driver looks back at you, their eyes suddenly as green as old emeralds. A messenger came, inscribed with signs of peace, but it bore a well seed, murder beneath the arches of heaven. The driver's balance shifts. They lurch, and you pull them back onto the gritty ice. When they look up, their eyes have returned to their customarily blue. Thank you. My head is feeling very crowded, but the impulse has changed now. I need to return to the nature reserve. It's home to them. Or its parents? Its master? Not sure. I don't speak fungus. Enter the kirk. The ice crumbles underfoot, caking your boots with a pitchy crust. There is no door on the church. You must be consecrated by a priest, and I am not subject to well rite. Okay. Inside, pews are carved from the ice. A ragged handful of supplicants sit on them, bitten by bone-bleak cold. On the altar, a single precious candle burns. A lank minister reads from a dog-eared scrap of paper. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. Let his children be continually vagabonds, and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Her cheekbones are as sharp as flint axe heads. Her skin is pocked by the cold. Her gaze is judgmental. Once her dress was elaborate and fair. Now the hems are frayed. Much of the lace has stiffened with frost and snapped off. Her hair is tied in a greasy bun. Well? Ask about her denomination. The ignorant call us the cursing church, but we are the compassed, who dwell on the brinks. We are the lambs who were torn by the wolf. We are the undone, and the angel of the pit hears us where it would not hear others. What is that pitiful scrap of paper? It looks like a bill, or a promissory note that has passed through too many hands. Should have been cashed long ago. Her congregation raised their hands, each with their own leaf of paper, a single page, torn from the Bible. The only page that matters, the Judas Psalm. It contains the only lessons that we need to hear, the promise that those who wronged us can be made to suffer. Okay. Let's ask about their rights. They are not for the unconfirmed. If you want to partake in our rights, you must join our congregation. If you want to join our congregation, you must convince me you are one of us. A confession, only then would you be permitted to take part in the right of wrongs. Alright? They will only accept you if they believe you have genuinely been wronged. You are not concerned with crimes may have committed. We are not concerned with crimes you may have committed or temptations you wrestle with, the minister mutters. This is a confession of weakness. You are here because you were wronged, because you bear a grievance you cannot forgive. You are here to ask for all God's vengeance on someone. So tell me, who is to blame? I mean, your only crime was love, or at least vigorous affection. The minister cries out as if struck. The mouths of the wicked and the mouths of the deceitful were opened against you. She gnaws on her knuckle until the skin split. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's a... You know, that image is actually very uncomfortable for me. I did not expect that. Then smears the blood on your lips. A wolf resides within this lamb. A sword sleeps within the plowshare. A curse coils within this prayer. Let your grievance be heard, and let the whispers, the gossip mongers, and the extortioners be clothed in shame. Amen. A couple of people in a congregation remember to mumble. Okay. Enact the right of wrongs. Well, right at a time. This one increases your iron at the cost of your hearts and... Okay, but how severely does it affect them? We're just gonna not do that. The sky churns as you make your way to the pitiful domes. Most are empty, awaiting a well-wisher. But the third one is not. It contains a corpse, stiff as an icicle. Some supplicant who died before their wish was granted. You move on. In the fifth dwelling, you find a sallow petitioner, her eyes feverish. I saw gold in the well, she croaks, unprompted, glistening in the deeps. Cool. Can I... Okay. Fells will give you a 100% chance. We don't really need those as much. We can take advantage of getting our hull back to full. Okay, we're going southward. The wells are interesting. Because, I mean, we have a lot of fuel at the moment, so... We are gonna continue. Okay. I'm realizing that I didn't get the discovery experience, so... Let's get that, I guess. Oh, it, like, actually pulls you in. I forgot about that. Oh, God. That is a unfortunate situation. Oh, fuck. You wait until late, then make a hot toddy and find a comfortable chair in the gallery. Casually, you begin talking aloud to the empty room. You talk of the hardness of the sky and the terrible things that can befall those who are alone in it, without friends or companions to help when their luck runs out. All right, you've made your point. A shadow appears in the doorway. It is an urchin, with ratty blonde hair and a sooty face. Got another one of those? She asks, her hungry eyes filled with fixated on the toddy. So we lost our 3 tales of terror, but we guaranteed finding her. The urchin wears an oversized skyfarer's coat, clumsily and drastically hemmed at the sleeves and tails. Her eyes are pale, accustomed to the starlight. A mote of old frostbite blemishes one cheek. When she speaks, her voice seems older than the rest of her. What is she, 12? 13? Ask her what she's doing here. She shrugs. Just catching a ride, she says, insolently. I've been catching engines across the reach in Albion for years. Seen half the sky, I have. Poor Prosper to the Silent Saint. Skyhenge to Carlilian. Where are her parents? She looks at her shoes, mismatched and scuffed. Gone. In the blockade of New Winchester during one of the bombardments. She breaks off. Anyway, a neighbor tried to look after me, but I didn't like her much. Ask what she wants. She's taken aback by the question. No one's ever asked me before. Usually, there's a lot of shouting, then I'm chucked off at the next port. She thinks about it, looking around at the bridge. She's a good engine, loyal, I'd like to say, she decides, until such time as I don't. I mean, we'll accept her. What? Actually, she salutes you, inexpertly. You won't regret it. I can help out, I know my way around an engine, and I'm no stranger to the sky. I know stuff. I could teach you. Perhaps another time, you tell her. You shake her grubby hand and send her to bed. It's past your bedtime. Tigalar's haunt. Tigalar's? Ooh, I don't like where our terror is sitting right now. That is. I mean, it's maybe around 50, which admittedly isn't a lot. But it is also not a great amount to have. Okay, so we found some fuel. Let's go. Anything you've discovered, my bat friend? Yes, there's something down a little bit more. Jeticus hives. Are those? That's courser bees. Okay, it only takes 2 shots to get those. The swarm is a ruin of twitching legs and broken wings. One of the bees, the sigil on its back oculated with ichor, begins its final, tremulous song. Okay, well, we need these. We've got multiple bees. Fortunately, you didn't draw the short stick. Nevertheless, you're still the one who has to shave the damn thing. The hairs are stiff, sharp chitin. The razor doesn't cut through easily, but it does so mercifully cleanly once you get the hang of it. The hairs pile in like needles around you and are swept up for delivery back to the carpenter in Port Avon. So, yeah. We found the hives, which I did know I was looking for. I think the hives do have a, not a port, but a place where you can dock. Which, I don't remember what doing so does, but... Wait, come back to here. Okay, well, it doesn't tell me where the nature reserve is. That's unfortunate. Luckily, there's not a lot of the map left to explore. Well, I say that, but it's actually seems to be quite a bit of the map still to explore. We're gonna go south, I think, actually. As your terror rises, bad things will happen. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Maybe we just make our way to Lustrum, because we're gonna need supplies. And we can continue the vagabonds. Oh, the hive is considered a wonder. That's good to know. Your engine perches among the stalks, nestled between petals the size of gardens. Enormous flowers sprawl across the horizon, a welcoming forest. The petals are the color of mellow gold and vivid ruby. The scent of sticky pollen hangs in the air, asphodel and drowsy cardamom. I don't want to use the last of our stuff. So we're just gonna... Didn't want to do that. Okay, please add this to... We already did, actually, I'm realizing. So, yeah, it looks like we're going straight for Lustrum. I mean, the nature reserve can only be in a few places on the map. So we'll probably just be doing a lot of exploring, trying to... Oh, this might be a dead end. Oh, yeah, we actually found a dead end, so that's unfortunate. You navigators and... Shadow. Yeah. Incredibly large flower. I guess it makes sense why it's a wonder, though. I don't know if I would be terrified or enthralled by the environments of this game. Like, if I were there RRL. I mean, we are in the skies, but not quite. Because it's not like we're in space, because there has to be a breathable air. Otherwise, bad things would happen because, you know. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. Because we need to get this trophy. Man, the sound of the bees is unpleasant. We really need some supplies. I don't know why I didn't think that was a solid structure I was about to run into. I'm hoping they have supplies. You have acquired debt. Your crew may become anxious while it hangs over you. Crew has not increased because we're at max. We are at 51 terror. Restock the cache with fuel. Because we have a lot of fuel. Might as well just do it in one go. There. Now we don't have to... And leave. That is true. Okay, you found nothing. Let's go northward. The Northward Passage. Northward. That doesn't feel like a word anymore. I just know it's a song that a lot of bands cover. Specifically metal bands. I don't know why it is, but Northward Passage is a very popular song for metal bands to cover. Like, I don't know why, but it's like one of those weird trends that you kind of just pick up on. You're like, okay. Okay, it looks like we're going to want to go up that north path. I don't regret trading one fuel for supplies at this place. It is helpful. Huh. Because again, we need to find the nature reserve. And I think there's like one, maybe two, like big discoveries out on the map in this area still. Ideally, we're going to hit all of those as well before we move on to the Albion. I think most of our companion... We need T to get one of our companion quests, actually. We just haven't found T yet. Okay, I think we're near the nature reserve. There it is. I'm not sure if they'd taste that good, but I don't think they're poisonous. So... Okay, first off, the bazaar. What do we got? We got hours. Cool. I would rather make sure I have supplies. Leadbetter and Stainrod is an elderly London company, the custodians of the Empire's first supernatural nature reserve. To find work with them, head for Capabilities Cabins. If you'd rather enjoy the reserve, seek the gateway of Albert's Idel. Okay, port report first, obviously. The concrete bay is for loading and unloading locomotives. It disappoints tourists who expect to arrive at a scenic waterside. It is mainly it mainly caters for the workers of the Leadbetter Stainrod Company, who come to collect goods from the laboratories here. Oh, jeez. Cable cars link the... Sorry, something was shaking, like vibrating, and I had to fix it. Scores of recent... where was I? It mainly caters to the workers who come to collect goods from... Cable cars link the main reserve below and the scientific base of Capabilities Inquest. Gonna just breeze right past that, because I am not engaging with that again. The Leadbetter and Stainrod Nature Reserve is a national park, maintained at great expense by the company. Scores of researchers come here to study the nature of the reach. Many visitors come here too for a pleasant holiday. Converse with the fellow captains. For a few, it's the work provided by Leadbetter and Stainrod. For the rest, the reason is the same. They're drawn by the beauty of the reserve. Some are here with tourists from across the empire. Others are here to give their crews a respite. Respite? Respite. Others were simply passing by and couldn't resist stopping in. Devils and... That is a good question. I didn't notice you misspelled it, and I can't actually tell how you misspelled devils. Oh wait, no, those are two different things. Never mind. The true form of the devils is bee-like. They just take on human forms to blend in, and they like the fashion. That would explain why there was that one devil in Sunless Sea who had that weird stuff going on. They're devils. That's all. They're devils. They're a faction. Not really, no. Even if you're a big bee like the Corsair bees are. Yeah, they're just devils. Exactly what you think. We want to study the powerful forces of nature at work in the Reach, so that we may improve the life of all citizens of the Empire. If you are an intrepid sort and willing to aid our earnest efforts, we are offering a reward for the following. I see you're interesting. The phlegmatic researcher has wheeled up behind you. His left leg is raised, perhaps to reduce the very obvious swelling. The keys to understanding the remarkable principles of growth and cultivation are waiting here. We just need suitable specimens. specimens. If you aid our research, I'll ensure you are properly remunerated. Okay, let's see what our research is. I remember this kind of. He wants wings of chorister bees. He wants ants. And hibiscus pus. Wanted. Okay. Well, that's all we can do here for now. The Ledbetter and Stainrod Nature Reserve is an immense, untrodden hinterlands of the Reach. Unreasonably fucking? Flora and fauna. It is popular with London's more outdoorsy tourists. The park is filled with birds and flowers, trees, and I've read that. Deep in the wilderness stands a mighty tree, shriveled and dry. A fungal growth twists around it. It blooms flicked with purple and black. Ugh. The incautious driver approaches it, lying down in supplication. The verdant pulses, its buds splitting open and erupting in a spore fall that soon coats the driver in shimmering emerald dust. For several minutes, silence. Then the driver emerges. Their face is crestfallen. It wasn't enough. What I brought it was only half the story. It needs more. You escort them back to the train. They should be more coherent after a good meal and a few hours sleep. Okay, arrange for a guide. The only person available to help you is a romantic ornithologist. He is... I'm going to say no to the spoiler on the princess, because we are going to do, like, her quest line. Because if she's royalty, I want to kind of learn about the royalty as we go. Outside of the things that I've kind of picked up from Sunless Sea. He is I've read that. The other researchers introduce you. Did you know our colleague here? One indicates the ornithologist is looking for the mythical bird whose beak pecks away at the mountain of eternity. They stifle giggles. The ornithologist maintains his smile and gestures towards the forest path. I'll be glad to show you the reserve. I hope you'll join me later. You can often find me at the watchtower. Yeah, let's take a quick trip. The romantic this one word is tripping me up so much. The romantic ornithologist clasps his hands with quiet delight when he sees you. I've found a most wonderful place, shall we? You delve into the reserve together. The birds sing around you, the flowers offer sweet perfumes, a pleasing breeze tumbles through a glade and whistles around a mountain bend. And we'll visit him. There are other birds I could study, of course, he says, shrugging. But that's not the point. We had thought this bird a myth, The bird who wears away at the at the mother of mountains, pebble by pebble, but miners have seen it. The heavens are home to improbable things. He smiles like a child. It is my home, he says, my church. Okay. The ornithologist tilts his head from side to side. Sade. I get on better alone. It's not that I don't enjoy company, but he scratches his beard. I think it's a difference in philosophy. They want to conquer nature and her secrets. I want to be her confidant. Okay, I'm screenshotting this, so you're going to hear a noise most likely. But this looks strikingly similar to my friend Cameron. And I have to send it to him because it's kind of unbelievable. And we're going into ads soon, so it's a good time to... Yeah, that tracks. So, you know, water, use the bathroom, stretch, any of those kinds of things that really helps your body. Yeah. I keep saying they're starting soon, but, press X to doubt is what it feels like right now. And we'll read this after the ads. I don't really look at how many viewers there are during streams. I find that information kind of... More often than not, it's going to be disheartening than heartening. Yeah, my chair likes to make noises. I do that thing where there's a blanket in the chair, so I'm not like sitting on the chair flatly. And it's that thing that you pick up from... I think I picked it up from my dad or my grandparents on my dad's side. It's such a weird thing. I mean, channel doesn't feel like it's getting too big, really. Maybe it's because the follower number is fun and all, but usually I'm more interested in the average viewers per stream. And I only see that after stream because it gives you a number based on how many people for how many hours, whatever. It's Twitch does a math thing for you. Anyway, the driver picks irritably at their ear. I was meant to be off this train by now, just go into the well and everything would be fine. Instead, it's unsatisfied, madam. It needs an answer to something that I can't give it. There's a piece of itself missing, somewhere in Albion. Okay, so we're done with him until London. We already bought a new train. Another of its spores, sent out many years ago to find the truth. I can feel it out there, somewhere, refusing to return. It enjoys its freedom too much. Perhaps if we look to the major ports. They must have left a trace. We have to find it, Captain. Okay. Wait. Officers? Iron and mirrors, iron hearts. I mean, the Blemon Voyager is definitely the better option then. I think we can go northward. I guess. Yeah, go northward, hype to Tatiana, Magdalene's, and make our way back to New Winchester. That seems like the plan. Yeah, it even has a different horn. You could use that as in like a remix, I think. It would be pretty fun, actually. Yeah, I also learned that we had to remove the roundabout because it made one of the VODs I uploaded become unable to be monetized, which I don't care too much about. Because, honestly, the VOD channel is just kind of a place to store the VODs. I have been getting good at actually remembering to upload the VODs, though. But, yeah, it made it so that it can't be viewed at all in 2 different countries. And that's where I'm like, not a fan of that, actually. So I ended up removing it. Earth is probably in Sol's domain with a giant London-shaped hole in it. Earth, in this universe, is described as being pretty boring, because when things are closer to suns, the more stable they are. That makes sense. That was kind of the, vibe I got when you investigate the wasn't expecting that. Oh my god. Let's enter through the yawning tear in the hole. Sovereign or supplies, okay. We need munitions for one of our things. So we're gonna go for that. Oops, wrong button. Well, it was the right button, just not yet. Because we need 5? If a person is birthed or has been living in the neath, under the earth, going to the surface is often fatal. And drugs like red honey and other things made in the neath are rendered useless on the surface. Yeah, I remember there was like penalties, but you could spend time exploring the surface, but it was just through text stuff. It wasn't actually through, like, navigating the map. Let's go! Looting the hold for an uncanny specimen. Oh wow, that is a lot of Corsair bees right there. Listen to the death hymn. The sound is memorable, but notably distressing until that high C which makes your teeth itch. Afterwards, are you wiser? Are you stronger? You are no less so. The bees died, you lived. Those other bees just fucking booked it, didn't they? No, they didn't. They just... Are you fucks gonna be fighting me or just running away? Looks like they're just gonna be running away. Okay, I was wrong. Oh my god. They are just going all out against me, aren't they? Why did it take so long for the bees to start spawning at fucking Tatiana? Alright, you fucks, get back here. You want to be a problem? Then you can fucking die, stupid bees. And hey, we get experience for it, so... Oh, wow, I am real good at flying in this game. Oh, fuck off. You assholes. But hey, we're getting a decent chunk of experience and we're... Oh my god, again? Really? Are you guys done? God, they really just were on me. An argument breaks out between two crewmen. One owes the other money, but cannot repay it. Unfortunately, the debt was sworn on the name of the burrower below, a roving god of the deep skies and a keeper of compacts. I'm gonna assume that's supposed to be contracts. The burrower has low opinion of oathbreakers. Your crew mutter darkly. They fear this will bring them bad luck. Fuck. Take on and pay the oathbreaker's debt. One of your crew, tattooed with dragons, acts as an occasional mediator with the burrower. She conducts a simple midnight ceremony, in which you recite the promise that was made and immediately pay the amount owed. Your purse is lighter, but the debtor, the deadee, and the mediator seem happy. Outside, the sky's fogs are thick as soup. Is that why they used to say... Never mind, my thought just died. Oh fuck, we need these and we do not have money. Fuck. That's great. Tatiana's largest petal hums with activity. The melancholy poet, rhapsodic mare, and stone-faced sculptor have brought their best students together to showcase their work. They stand at a respectful distance, glaring at each other. You spend several pleasant hours surrounded by art, much of it painted with pigments sourced from the Reach's unique flora, inspired by the chorister bees. One of the visitors have moved away, however. They immediately launch into lengthy diatribes on the many ways they could have done better. So that person's an asshole and deserves to be kicked in the teeth. Claiming you can do something better is bullshit. If you think that, do it. I'm letting my artist stick come out now, aren't I? Because looking at somebody's work and saying, oh, I could have done better, is such an infuriating thing. Just be like, oh, that's really cool. Or, oh, okay. Or, you know, just like give a non-committal response and move on. Instead of being a twat. Right, the port report. I don't think I can do these yet. Yeah, I haven't visited places. That's what you need to do for them. Got it. Gain sovereigns and 10 experience. Sovereigns and experience. Sovereigns and experience. Sovereigns and experience. That's all these things give you. Wow. That's a lot of things. Well, the thing is, I have 4 visions of heaven. But we do want to buy those things, so we're actually going to absolutely take advantage of this chance to get a fuck ton of money. Worst case scenario, we just try and get more visions of heaven. Oh, hey, and a level up too. Let's go. And you know, if I end up regretting this later, that's on me. I want to be able to get those literature, though, so we can complete one of our... They're loosely related to the devils. Okay. Oh, wait, no, it was in the bazaar. Facets. So we're going to level 7 now. Let's see. So hearts, I remember we wanted to get up to 50. Excuse me. That's the only thing that I have, like, as a hard and fast, I need to do this. I really could use bumping our mirrors and irons at this point. London was obsessed with the occult. I mean, I like the idea of doing a seance. That seems very fun for a character. London was obsessed with the occult. A flamboyant army of mediums claimed to be able to pierce the veil and commune with the dead. Your hands held those of the guests at either side, clammy in the dark. The medium's voice was raw and yearning. Why were you there? So if I boosted my hearts by 3, our bonuses to hearts would get us almost to 50. Yeah, let's do that. The medium spoke, and the dead answers. You got to speak, one final time, with someone who had passed. You needed it to be true. I'm gonna assume that it's like real life. K Club. Hex Club? H-E-X. Like, put a hex on somebody. Oh my god, it is. It's going well. We finished the first episode. I need to, after stream, upload it to the podcast channel. I also need to update the commands for Firebot so that it will link to the podcast YouTube channel as well. Or maybe I'll do a different one that's podcast as a command, and it links to the social stuff and the YouTube for it. I'll figure it out. I just need to remember to do it after stream today. I don't know why it took so long for the bees to form here. Okay, they don't seem interested in us, so we're just gonna keep going our way, because it's not really worth the effort of killing them. Okay. Except for they are fucking being a pain in the ass, so... Man, the bees are... They're not a big threat, they're just annoying. Guess we're going back to New Winchester afterwards. Because we still need to... We'll go to Port Avon. We'll go here so we can do our quest thing. Then we'll explore up in this northeastern area. Okay. We're going to bring a colony of ants aboard. Because that's what we need to do for a quest. I forget what the other thing is. Oh, wait, no, let's go to Hybris. Hybris? Hybris. Hybris. Ja, dude. That's still one of my favorite things to do when I used to run D&D. I stopped D&D because I have a lot of complaints with D&D and went, oh, I could just use other things. Skyfarers, exposed to the haunting light of the stars, are prone to sudden obsessions and erratic behaviors. One of your engineers has taken an oath of utter silence. He refuses to speak or make any sound at all. He has gagged himself and wrapped rags around his feet to muffle his footsteps. He refuses to employ either wrench or hammer. He is not, as it stands, much use. Azure? Okay. Partial success, okay. Okay. Well, good thing we're right next to a port. Probably. I don't know too much about all of the gods in this version of the game. I knew Sunless Sea better than this game, because I actually got far in that game. I don't think I ever beat it, though. To be fair, these games are huge. You administer a stern ward and a reminder of their duties. They return to work, but their obsession continues to prey on them. Your locomotive's efficiency suffers as a result. But yeah, thank God We're right next to a port because we are low on fuel. No. Where do I need to go with these anyway? Trader's Wood. Oh, and the circus. Well, we're going to the circus already in the near future. So let's just go ahead and buy some supplies and fuel. He's the ruler of the Amaranthine Conjunction. They're responsible for governing the end of things, aka death. Azure likes to say, you're gonna end, Lamau, directly into your brainstem. Yep, these games are clearly inspired by Cthulhu mythos stuff. Okay, well, let's treat our terror. I have 2 savage secrets. Okay, but the thing is, I still need these down in Lustrum, I think. Let's use a savage secret since we have 2 of them. Fair. I'm not gonna read these. Purchase an old journal. Recruit crew. We can't do that. This will reduce a significant amount of terror. I already did that. Let's get this diary. The nurses hand over your new purchase, warning you not to tell anyone where you found it. They add that there will likely be more offers like this very soon. Okay, so I regained the savage secret I spent. Okay. Right, a port report. Magdalene is above. I've read this before. Do you have anything new for me? That is both really cool and kind of scary. I just want to see if you have any quests for me now. No? Okay, cool. So... New Winchester is go up and then right. Or go north and then east. Oh, yeah, Terror is. I remember very vividly one moment in Sunless Sea where you're just going over a part of the ocean, or the Neath, I should say. And, or no, it's not called the Neath. Neath is the whole, like, region, the whatever. But you go over this one section and then just this giant eyeball opens up. Just out of fucking nowhere. And you're just like, oh, that's terrifying. I was not expecting that today. Oh, joy. But yeah, that scared the shit out of me the first time. Yeah, it was wild. Oh, we need to go to the Hybris, too. So, go here, go around like this to Hybris. Well, you can't go from this way to Hybris, but you can come this way, go in here. Yeah. Like, this is the only map I have, like, a decent understanding of. I know that there is, like, some of it's RNG, some of it's not. I know Sunless Sea, essentially all the edges of the map, or at least the southwest edges of the map, were very consistent. Yeah, just keep going like this. Make our way to New Winchester, Port Avon, up to the circus. After the circus, we explore that black space. After that, yeah, we'll do something. Probably need to return to the reserve. In sky suits and spore masks, your crew hauls a porous asteroid aboard. The top half is veiled by a mesh of fungus, like minty creoline. Lichen of all shades cling to the underside of the rock in an iridescent coating. I mean, it's our best chance, plus getting some extra supplies is always useful. Yeah, we definitely need to start boosting our irons and mirrors now. Little bit of hearts, but mostly those. Oh yeah, and we can finish the Hunting Lodge questline too while we're in Port Avon. Yeah. Okay, first of all, shops. Required to supply up to 5 barrels of ours. Victoria Market. I think we need to have at least one of these still. And we now know that we need these hours for that quest. So we'll just sell that. Buy fuel. Let's get... Yeah. Nope. That button. We definitely want to repair our train. Because, ow. I didn't want to read that in the first place. Okay, Port Avon, here we come. Well, let's go. The horn is a really nice update to the game. Or not update, feature. Well, it was probably in an update too, but... not the word I meant to be saying. So the Neath being underground is part of the reason it's so fucking weird. Because it's further from the sun. Ah, fuck. Your crew lays a trail of gunpowder from the inner door to the fungus. You light a match, set the drill ablaze. Unfortunately, the door sticks when shoved to. An engineer has neglected to oil the hinges. They race to the door to rectify their error. As the door swings shut, they linger in the searing radiance as the fungus burns away. Afterwards, your engineer is increasingly distracted. They mutter about the children and further neglect their duties. It is unsurprising when they leave to the next port, presumably to take care of their children. I don't think it's well, I guess technically, but not really. That sounds like some, mind infestation stuff, but, you know. It is what it is, I guess. Port Avon. We are coming to investigate. We need more munitions for that thing down in Lustrum. Nowhere in. Well, Port Avon is kind of an annoying port, if I'm being honest. The whole "you can't be here" thing is really annoying. I understand why they had to do it, because otherwise you just have a endless use to deal with a lot of the issues that you will come across, or the terror in that. But it's still kind of annoying. Going to the circus. Betcher. Nope, don't know where I was going with that thought. I think my only real complaint with this game is it does take a while to get from one location to another, and it can get kind of tedious. Okay, what's the cargo got for us? Let's go, we need those hours. Ah, just missed. Ah. Let's just search the hold. Okay, we got more munitions. Another thing that we do need. How many do we need, though? Is it 5? Is it always 5 for these? It might always just be 5 for them, honestly. And we dock in port. So, first we go to the bazaar and sell the literature. Savage Secret. Let's go. Oh, hey. And there's the hours that we need. Exactly. Oh, God. I messed it up. Okay, there we go. So now we can go to Prosper? The Nature Reserve. Okay, well. Yeah. Go to the Nature Reserve and get some stuff. Cool. Go to new arrivals at the circus. Listen to their stories. Terra goes down. Let's go. We go to the circus. Get a port report. We'll purchase tickets to the circus because it'll lower our terror to use them. Performance. I am a known presence in the circus. Go behind the tents. Deliver the repaired equipment. The magician inspects his equipment as thoroughly as a gunnery officer would their cannons before a long-awaited engagement. When he is satisfied that the panels do shut properly and silently, he breathes a sigh of relief. It's been some time since I've been able to do anything worth a damn. I remember, back in those days, the people my performance would attract. His glance catches on an old poster of himself. He requests you leave him alone to practice. Is it the ringmaster? And we'll just go with, yeah, accept a commission to reclaim the acrobat's twin. They take turns, I think, running away. They won't come back until they get into trouble. But the cards say that trouble has happened. You'll find them in Lustrum, which is a place we'll need to go once we have that last of the munitions we need. Undock. And we're going to be going to the northeast in our search to expand our map. Then we will make our way to Hybris. After Hybris, we need to go to the Nature Reserve, because that's where we need to take these hours. Right? Yeah, the Nature Reserve. Let's fucking go. Oh, well, that's a dead end. That is absolutely a dead end. Well, we did get experience, so let's go. I feel like it wouldn't be impossible to decide to just be like, well, I'm going to hit level 20 before I move on. Just going to waste my time grinding for those. And I feel like, sure, you can do that, but I'm definitely not doing that. It's more when I think we're ready to move on. Let's get some hold. And bang. Loot the hold, and we get money. Not a lot of it, though. Okay, we're just gonna have a little bit extra on the time, the hours. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Oh, we're in danger. Intriguingly bulging sack. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Oh, yep. Ooh, this is unfortunate. Demand. You prepare the bulk. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. You had heard rumors of a Reach marauder that had turned to Spiriphage, the unlicensed trade in souls. I don't have the Tales of Terror, so we're going to be relying on iron. Spiriphers traffic in souls. They ply their clandestine trade across the skies. The engine is one of the White Bottles, a grisly gang of marauders who deal in bottled souls. This vessel is one of those plunderers. It is dormant, but occupied. Most of its crew are off to market on other engines, to barter secretly in the ports of the Reach. Skeleton crew remains aboard, readying the engine for the next venture. You'll not sit down with Spiriphers. You'll wrest their stolen souls from their trembling fingers and still sleep soundly at night. Because we don't have the option to do the other one. Failure. The Spiriphers are... Ooh, that's not good. That's really bad for us. We're down to half crew. The Spiriphers are damnably prepared. Your guns take out their main battery and make safe for boarding, but too many of their crew survived. They wait to ambush near the breach and resist as you attempt entry. After your third crewman drops, you are forced to call a retreat. Amidst the smoke, you concoct a quick plan based on swift reconnaissance. While your men continue to fire, you take the opportunity to sneak around and find the cargo hold. You grab what you can before calling a general retreat. Oh god, oh god, oh god, get away from me. We're gonna need to change our plan to go to Lustrum, or not Lustrum, New Winchester. Because we kinda need some crew. And we're not too far away from New Winchester at this point. Sovereigns seek unusual stuff. Okay, we got gossip. So I don't wanna fight you, but I better deal with you regardless. Let's see what we get this time. Got more gossip. Battle of Culversion. Yeah. Unfortunately, we got really fucked up, so... I know that there's a point where if you don't have enough crew, it's bad, and I know that being at half crew is probably getting close to that number. But the only place I can reliably get people is at New Winchester. I mean, we'll buy fuel when we're back in New Winchester, so it'll be fine. And we can sell an amount of souls that we've gathered that's over 5... Or not souls. The... hours. Oops. We can actually... I think we can talk to the devil now. No, we need tea as well. Because you also need tea. Your crew, undermanned and... and overworked or struggling. One of them has failed to thoroughly secure your cargo. With a boisterous wind rocks your engine, the straps snap, sending boxes and barrels careening perilously about the hold. Get your crew clear until the turbulence has passed. Or the crew to secure cargo. Oh, wow. You work with your crew, flinging nets over the contents of the hold and lashing everything together, but another lurch from your engine makes a stack of crates lean, then topple. Some of your crew are trapped beneath. Yeah, we absolutely have to go get crew now, because we are down to 2. Oh, God, no. I don't want to... Just let me go. I need my crew. For we have been left astray in the sky. I mean, I'm not worried about having enough fuel to get there, but it's not a pleasant thing to be this low on fuel. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Dun, dun. Alright, New Winchester. We return sooner than intended. And now we are back to 6 crew. But we can't do anything else now. Wow. Our... to the station, repair the locomotive, fully repair. And now we're gonna just explore south, or east now, not south. Because we can go south. We're down here to Lustrum. Then wind our way up to Trader's Wood. Go through here to get to Hybris. Hybris. Whatever. And we just hope we find the two munitions we need along the way. Dun, dun. Oh wow, I'm starting to feel a little tired. Oh, that's not ominous. Mountainous rocks, clad in the jackets of frost, rise above you. Okay, cool. More fuel. Let's go. Carillion. We can turn in one of our quests in Carnelian. Carillion? Carillion. Which is useful. Because we can get more hold space by doing it. Skyfarers exposed to the haunting light of the stars are prone to sudden obsessions and erratic behaviors. An irregularity in the gallery. The table is neatly laid, but the plates are glued in place and the cutlery nailed down. The culprit is quickly discovered when she tries to nail the chief engineer's hat to the chief engineer's head. Everything has its place, she explains when she's dragged before you. I have such a high chance of succeeding, and I keep failing. You harry them back to work with a carefully stewed mixture of encouragement and chastisement, but their obsessions only continue to consume them. They make mistakes, some of which are dangerous. And their persistent oddness unsettles the crew. Our terror is getting pretty high, which is definitely why that happened. How quiet is it? And what is that smell? Eggs? Sulfur? And bazaar where we can sell these. No. Overgrown shrine. The path leads you to a broken statue, seemingly ignored by the devils of Carillion, except for whoever placed the freshly lit candles at its feet. The face is poorly carved, but its features unmistakable. The burrower. Bellow stares at you through one gemstone eye and an empty socket. Steal and... I don't want to kind of piss off the god, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to contemplate. While the statue is a raw material of nightmares, there's something soothing about the idea that even a beast like this might be harnessed. That there is the chance of such an ally for those who crack the code of offerings and prayers. Whether it is actually listening is impossible to tell. The thought that it even might, however, is something to hold on to in the dark. Port report. Asked about Sarge's stuff from the Rat Brigade. She glances up at you as you enter. She glances up when you enter her office. On noticing the Rat Brigade, her eyebrow rises a fraction. We've never satisfactorily answered the question of rodent souls. How can I help you? She addresses you and ignores the rat. It transpires that the Deviless is able to locate Sarge's file remarkably swiftly. She does not hand over the slim folder, but reads it in silence. There. I knew he'd specified something, that those who come looking for that which he entrusted to us must first undergo penance to avoid a repetition of his mistakes. You'll require a shift of perspective that can be gained at the Checkerboard Garden, which we already have. Okay, well, we're going back to the Checkerboard Garden. Oh, ad break. Bathroom, stretch, water, whatever it is you need to do. Oh. Just gonna get us to the point we need to be before the ad break ends. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom. You have cleansed You have been cleansed of Sarge's sin. The Rat Brigade looks almost contrite. The presiding Deviless smiles at the unhappy expressions of the rats. Much better. She passes over a single piece of paper from the Sarge's file. It smells of incense and jasmine. Hookah. 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 Cinders explains. Sarge did like his luxuries. The writing is minuscule and brief. The vault is at the central office of Haldige's Bank. The account was opened in London in the years before the blockade of New Winchester. The Deviless is already working on a new file. You have apparently been dismissed. Okay. Well, going up towards Trader's Wood now. Dun-dun-dun-dun. We really need to increase our irons and our mirrors, but I still want that little bit of hearts, but we can't really do anything until we get experience points, which we're kind of at the point where getting a lot of easy experience points is not high. Otherworldly artifact. The relaxing nature of this game. It is definitely a game I see where playing it for long stretches of time would get very frustrating. Unless you're in, like, the passive, relaxed mood. Wait for the scout to return. Okay, well that's going to be of no use to us right now. Because that requires us to go into a dead end. Let's explore the captain's cabin. I don't know why I struggled to say that, but I really did. Oh, hey, tea. That is something that we needed. Let's talk to the devil. We need 2 gourds and 2 caddies. Never mind. He clears his desk for the tea set by sweeping papers to the floor. I'll tidy up afterwards. The condition of his cabin casts doubt on that. I grew up a servant of the Eagle Khan's ambassador in London. His son, Alton, befriended me. We'd climb out the attic window to race urchins together. Wistful note enters his voice. I never won. The navigator trickles a spoonful of sugar into his cup, then another. Could we stop at London? He stirs and stirs the tea. Alton died. I couldn't even be at the funeral. I want to say goodbye, but I'll need to speak with his parents first. Okay. So, unsurprisingly, a lot of the quest lines want you to go to London. Which, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Because London's clearly in... Oh, God. A junior signaler receives a dose of medical port in the infirmary. After seeing a frozen corpse spin past the window, the experience has shaken him. The dead are hungry, he says. We need to make an offering, or he'll come back a-knocking at the hole. Cover the body and transport it for burial. Oh, but that increases nightmares. I could just lose some supplies. Honestly. Doesn't take long for Skyfarers to shed their ridiculous old nautical superstitions and replace them with ridiculous new ones. Still, better keep the crew happy. The rations spin away into the silent mists. You will mourn the biscuits. Some of them had chocolate on. Let's go. Trader's Wood. So, oh, wow. A respite from labor. Distinguished retailers, Ravenscroft and Stamford, operate a small logging outpost in Trader's Wood. Hours are long and employment is precarious. Very seldom do the woodcutters and the charcoal burners get a day off. Today is one of those rare occasions. The workers make room for you on the grass. You sup on cold meats and flat wine under the boughs of the trees. Later, you play cards and dice until the fiddler strikes up again. A charcoal burner brings out some whiskey she'd been saving. The singing lasts well into the night and almost drowns out the sounds of the wood. Okay. Not gonna do that. Don't want to talk to them. We're not going into the woods. Drop off the settler. And it gets us sovereigns. We got some experience. And now we need a port report. Outside of the Somerset camp, the great blah blah blah. We've already done that before. And... oh, you wanted to buy it. Seeds. I mean, they're... nah, we're just gonna... get ourselves some supplies. Now we're going up to the northward area up here, where hopefully bad things don't happen to us. That is the goal. You hear a disturbance and... oh dear, it must be the dog again. The baritone percussion of his barking echoes through the locomotive. There's a pressing question to consider. Where is the noise coming from? Someone whoops from the direction of the driver's cabin. The locomotive shudders and shakes like a racehorse on the cusp of their last great adventure. You enter to find the driver strapping goggles to the invisibly big dog. He won't leave, the driver shrugs, scratching behind his ear. And since he won't leave, I decided he might as well be properly equipped. It was an effort to get him to sit still, and he's showing no sign of leaving. Steer the dog out by the goggles. Yeah. It is also a remarkably clumsy process. Gentle tugs, nothing that might cause discomfort, but eventually you succeed in guiding him out of the driver's cabin. Dum-bum. Yeah, we're definitely just finishing a few of the quests, not all of the quests in this area, before we move on. If I can find a caddy of tea and then the honey, or just get a second thing of honey. Oh, we found a wonder, which is good, considering our drink from the cascading waters. Oh, it is said that the lakes at the top of Regent's Tears have curative properties. The rumor goes largely unconfirmed. The ground by the lake is too boggy to land a locomotive. Instead, you must land on a sharp, slippery edge lower down the falls. The walk up will be punishing. The water is brackish and lukewarm. It is not refreshing, but if you concentrate, it could almost be taken for the absent-minded residue of a particularly weak tea. Courser beads are really easy to kill. The 10,000 streams. Okay, let's see what we can find over here. Okay. Well, that's wall. Let's go southward to find out what these things are. Okay, well, we don't have a saying, so I'm not going to get much out of that. In that we're going to get nothing. Okay, well, we gotta fight you, I guess. We'll just get the Sky Stories or Tales of Terror. Because we can get stuff by going to Tatiana with those. Okay, well, we found a horror. Here, at the heart of the forest, a great barrow built for ancient stone stands. Gates of star-forged bronze block the entrance. The gates will not budge. The metal scrape and scream against the rock, and your arms strain with the effort, but the gate holds fast. The whispering increases in volume from the darkness, but fades away as it becomes apparent you won't succeed. Inlaid in the metal of the gate are 3 hollows, the shape of seals. You can see no sign of any such object nearby. Perhaps the station at Trader's Wood might be a starting point. Okay. So you need to go to Trader's Wood to be able to even consider getting in there. Good to know. Probably have to do those expeditions. I don't know if my curiosity is high enough to want to do that, though. Gideon's Bronze. Let's keep going on this adventure. We still need to go to Hybris, where we can... Somebody wants to be dropped off there. We need to get spore samples from there. I think that's the only things there we need. Marauders flock near here. Keep a weather eye out. Will do. Okay, that's just a docked marauder ship. Okay. Oh yeah, you've seen me. What do we get? Gossip. Okay. Ooh, that shot barely missed us. What did we get this time? Got ours. Let's go. Because we still need those for one of the things. Oh, our fuel is not bad, but not good either. Well, we could hit the circus before we make our way to Hybris. The Canteri. Yeah. An aromatic casket. Oh, we got supplies. Let's go. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna snake downward, go to the circus, make our way to Hybris, do the various things we need to do on Hybris. Oh, fuck off. Fuck. Well, that was bound to happen with our luck. My luck. Doesn't help that our terror is pretty high at the moment, which is not ideal. Listen to their stories. It lowers our terror, which is great. Let's check out the bazaar. They got nothing until 10 days from now. Oh, you don't sell fuel. We'd have to go down to Winchester then for fuel. Because I don't think Hybris sells them. The stock of a colony. This port exports sacks of verdant seeds. Yeah. So we have to go down to New Winchester in order to get fuel. So we can go to Hybris. And then we probably go to Port Prosper. After Port Prosper, probably the Wildlife Reserve. Yeah, I think sometime next or tomorrow is when we make our way to Albion. Because I don't think there's a lot really we can do here anymore that's worthwhile. So, because I'm trying to think what else we could really do here outside of like some of the simple like menial fetch quests, but I don't really want to deal with the fetch quests. Our fuel is low, remarks the reputant devil. Oh, fun! Oh, God. You guys are the worst. There, take more of my supplies just so you can deal with your superstition. Power going out sucks. There was that week where I had 2 in a row. That was awful. Magdalene's wishes for 3 gourds of Cowister nectar. Yeah, we'll take it. Market. We're gonna get ourselves a good chunk of food and supplies. Yeah. I mean, at some point I would love to get this stupid thing, because it looks... I mean, it'd be funny to have this stupid thing, I think. The thing is, it's expensive. But while we're here, repair the locomotive. I think we can get crew. So we can max out our crew again. And now we make our way back to Hybris. We'll visit the relay that's up in that area as well, so that we can just get some experience for seeing it. After that, the goal would be Port Prosper. And then just... I need to make my way back to Lustrum at least once before we go to Albion. We're going on an adventure. Oh, I guess we could work on getting the circus questline stuff done before we go, but I mean, I'll look up what the reward is for fully completing it, and that's the only thing that would shift my deciding to do it. Because right now I'm very much just like, I don't wanna. Wow, I'm fucking am bad at aim, apparently. There we go. Let's just get the cargo. Okay, we got ours. Something we need for one of our... whatever these things are called. Because we need 5 to the reserve. Oh. Yeah, the backlogs of games. I have a few. I've had a very specific thought, because I've been trying out the game Still Rising, and it markets itself as a Souls-like. I think it's more of a Metroidvania with a Souls-like skin. Because you unlock abilities as you defeat certain bosses that give you more traversal options, so you can find new things. A lot of dust. Oh. Yeah, I have condensed air that I take to my devices every few weeks, depending on if I have the fun ADHD, oh, I forgot to do that thing. Because, you know, dust is not something you really want gathering on your PC or your keyboard. I always just put it through my keyboard as well. If I need to, I will even pull off the keys, the keycaps, just to adjust things. I also read a lot of TRPGs. So sometimes those are just on my desk for like weeks on end, until I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'll put this in on my bookcase, my bookshelf. Yeah, I need to clean off my desk. It's been a little longer than I should go without cleaning it. It's not like super messy, it's just... it's starting to get to that point where I'm like, oh, that kind of bothers me. I should do something about that. Faith's Fall. Alright, we have to power through, or power past... we have to travel past. I can speak. Travel past a horror. Which we don't like having to do, cause it raises our terror. And our terror has been steadily fucking us over. Oh, we got... hi there. What do you have in your cargo? Oh, cool. We have enough hours for the... oh, no. Oh, fuck, it's whatever those things are. 8th month. Oh. Oh, that's... See, cereal is my go-to snack, but it depends on... I usually just have, like, the box in my room versus in the kitchen because... I'm awful, I guess. I don't know. Alright, Hybris. That's your bizarre. Oh! Fuck, we need 2 of these. I'll buy all 3, though. We'll join them. Terror has fallen. Well, let's get the Hybris Pus. The difficulty in collecting samples isn't in having to climb in some remote peak or fighting off creatures who are all teeth and claws. It's abiding the smell. The parnicity factor is alarmed. This is very disagreeable. I was expecting to find people here. Disappearing like this is extremely rude. No. It's probably just stale. I mean, if it's in the box, you could check the expiration date. If it's expired, you really shouldn't eat it. You split up and make a quick circuit of the village. You discover tables laid out for dinner, cold tea still in Nancy's pot. The notes, in large print, half written for the mayor's council meeting, laid out on his desk. You find the pernickety factor near the station. She holds up a piece of disintegrated mushroom that resembles a crocus. I found this near the town hall. There's a new field of them out in the forest. This is most irregular. Let's keep looking. Oh, cool, we gained terror. Yeah, definitely don't eat that. If anything left, you can make use of it. You're a long way from New Winchester. Oh god, that was so much stuff. We are so overwhelmed on supplies now. Or our inventory is full. We'll probably have to give up the fuel. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. The silence unsettles your crew, but in musty lofts and dank attics, in coal scuttles, scuttles, and long stores are pantries. You find enough to burn once the spore have been dusted off, and eat to, with a little luck, secure a return journey. Explore the colony. Gardening seems to have become particularly popular lately. Wheelbarrows have been cobbled together from cast-offs from the carpenter's workshop. Purple fungus-like crocuses dot the green. Meanwhile, food rots in the Brendan's larders, and the carpentry on the town hall is infected with creeping mushrooms. All recent work aside from gardening appears to have been abandoned altogether. Pernickety factor coughs away his spores. There's a superior researcher at Ledbetter and Stainrod Nature Reserve who might be able to tell us more about these wretched mushrooms. The purple fungus is sprouting all over Hebris and very similar to the ones Moon Lanier was filming. Perhaps she might know something. Right, report. Okay. Unfortunate that we had to lose some supplies, but no, don't eat it. No, that's food expires for a reason, and after it's expired, you really should not be eating it. Agatha's Way. Dun dun dun. Ba-da-dum. getting some experience by discovering locations. Oh, well, unfortunately, we are full. Well, if that were the case, you wouldn't have forgotten about it. Oh, God. We just lost fuel for that. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, we're going to Port Prosper after this. Oh, come on, just... Just give me the last little discovery here. I need to find that relay so I can get the fuck out of here. Because now we're not doing too great on supplies because we had to use up a lot of it. Wait. Is there a way through here? That's... I'm not used to that. I didn't Okay. Well... Oh my god, you fucking assholes. An engineer cries out, her voice hoarse as a professional mourner. It's gone, she points throughout the stained glass window. A star, it winked out. You look through the glass. Star burn upon the filament. The specific patch of sky she's pointing at is indeed empty. But you couldn't say if a star has been there before. Okay, well, goodbye supplies again. I think I have enough fuel and supplies, though I can make it to Port Prosper. We're playing a dangerous game. Okay, fine, you wanna fight? I'll fucking fight. Fucking bring it on, bitch. For I am the victor in this fight. Oh god, I whiffed. Well, at least we're finding, yes! Oh, thank God, we found fuel. Now we can definitely make it to Port Prosper in time. Or without worrying about our fuel. Alright, what do you got? We're just full-on pillagers at this point. Oh, a vision of heaven. That's good. We have become privateers! Yo-ho and a bottle of rum and all that. Jesus Christ, I have so many munitions now. Where do I need to go with those? I mean, we're probably not going to get to it before the stream has to end. Lustrum. The nature reserve. We're gonna mourn the dead because our terror is not in a great spot. So, you know, a chance to lower it just by saying, yeah, let's lower it. It's always a good option. We are pirates today, sailing the skies in search of those who we can plunder and pillage. We do it for ourselves, not for the gain of others. As I'm using, like, definitely not a pirate voice. Oh, I'm just gonna let those two have their fun. I'm not gonna get involved. I hear combat. I'm just gonna... You guys have fun. Go for it. I wish that's what I could do. I have to deal with carpet. I fucking hate carpet. No, that would raise terror. Carpet is actually awful. Wood floors are better. They're easier to clean unless you make a huge mess. But even then, carpets stain easier. And you can't do the trick you can do with wooden floors where if you fuck up the floor, like with a stain, you just go by wood stain. Carpet, fluffy fabric. That's the best way I can describe carpet, is fluffy fabric. Yeah, I get that. Also, like, carpets hold so much more stains. You have to actually, like, clean that shit out. You have to, like, hire people or have, like, special equipment. Just not fun. Yeah. Essentially, there's a really shitty base that's built. Well, I say shitty, like, it's a floor that's basically made out of wood that's kind of shitty. And if you, like, remove the carpet, it's very painful to walk on. And then you just essentially upholster it to the stuff. Okay, we need that. We specifically need 5 of that. Can I... Damn it. We are in a rough spot when it comes down to that. Oh, God. Our inventory is so full. I don't know. I don't know. Because it's the consistent thing that most home people fucking use. I don't know why. From your vantage point in the gloom, you see all sorts of things the other visitors are not privy to. Barrels being assigned to destinations based on bribes rather than need. Fatigue workers revivified by sips of unrefined hours. Several respond poorly and are hauled away to the infirmary. Only the most youthful and vigorous workers have been assigned the workstations the tours pass through. The rest wait in less sightly rooms. In the shadows, one aged man catches your eye and winks. Yeah. No. Um... Turn in for sovereigns, for a secret, for a permit. Let's just make some sovereigns for us. Oh, excuse me. A lady on New Winchester has been an opponent of our work for some time. She complains that our factories are relying on the labor of unwilling, obviously nonsense. Our workers are reimbursed for their services and celebrated for their toil. Now she lobbies the assembly for aid. This will not do. He licks his lips. Have a delivery to the round table on New Winchester. He produces a slim vial of honey. Would you be willing? He smiles. It is like watching butter spread on a piece of toast. I am told there is to be a rally near the round table. She has a penchant for stovepipes, ironically worn, of course, and wears a suit. Okay. So the downside is this gets us a bunch of stuff that we're going to have to get rid of. Okay, well, we only need 5 of these hours, so get rid of one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we're gonna have to get rid of... Yeah. That's painful, though, that we just had to do that. Oh, well, it's about time to end stream. I should just let it save. Save and exit. Exit. Move over here. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. Carpet sucks, though. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow. Alright, since we don't have our usual raid options, we will go with Jazz's raid option. Nah. Blah. Well, we can do that next time. I should really make a channel redeem that's direct the raid. That's probably gonna just be when I have my few days off coming up sometime this month. I'll need to double check closer to time, make sure plans didn't suddenly come up.